I'm about to show you how to create a website for yourself or for your business in about 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes. So what does that mean? If you have your text ready, you have your logo ready and your images, in about 30 minutes from now, your website could be up and running. Now, if that sounds good to you, let's get started. We are going to be creating a website for a fictitious coffee shop called Bear and Bean, based in Lagos, Nigeria. The website will give information about the coffee shop, its founders, menu, and the contact details. It would also have a contact form for receiving inquiries. I have a Google document containing the website content, and I've saved all the images we're going to be using for the website in a folder on my desktop. At this point, I'm assuming you already have an account on Composir. If you don't, just pause this video, then create one right away. Once you've created an account or you've just signed in, this is what you should see. Your website list might be empty if you've not created a website before now. Right away, we're going to order a new website, and I'm just going to click on the new website button and get started filling the form. The first thing you need to do is fill out the website name, which in this case is Bear and Bean. The next thing is your website slug, which gets filled in automatically for you. If you don't get an error on this field, then you can move on, but if you do, you need to edit it because it means another website already has that slug and your slug must be unique. Your slug is what's used in the first part of your website address if you're not registering a domain name for your website. Next, select the package you want. We're just going to go ahead and select the premium package. We're going to leave it on the yearly subscription, and no, we're not registering a domain name at this time. At this point, you're going to be required to pay for your subscription if you're not using the free package. I'm not going to pay for this since this is just a tutorial, obviously. So I'm going to enter my secret promo code, which will change this price to 0. Awesome. All I have to do is complete this order and we'll be ready to start building this website. And there you have it. Now that we've completed the order, we can start building the website. We can either choose a pre-built template, which can be just edited to suit our purposes, or we can build the website from scratch. We're going to be building this from scratch though, but instead of getting right to it, I want us to edit some of the website settings first. This is a good place to start because settings can always be adjusted later. In the General Settings tab, we're going to start by entering a tagline for the website. Next, we're going to be filling in some keywords for search engine optimization. Each keyword should be separated by a comma. The keywords help search engines like Google index your website for searches containing those keywords. Lastly, we enter the contact email address. This is where you receive your emails when someone fills a contact form on your website. In the social media settings tab, we're just going to fill in the details of our social media accounts. We have this information in our website content documents, so I'm just going to pop over there to copy and paste the information here. Now in the brand settings, we're going to upload our logo. I'm just going to navigate to the folder where I've saved all the website files to get this. Next, we upload the favorite icon for our website. The favorite icon should be a PNG image with 64 by 64 pixel dimensions. We're going to leave the color scheme settings on dark and go ahead to edit our font settings. In the fonts preview, I can see that the Josephine Sans is similar to our logo font, so I'm going to use this for the heading font. Varela Round is nice and complementary, so I'm going to use this as the main font. We don't have anything to do in the third party section, so we're moving on. Nothing to do in the developer section either, so we're moving on. Yeah, now we can save our settings and begin actually building the website. Let's go back one step in the breadcrumbs and take a look at our website overview. Here we have all the information and we can control all the aspects of our website. I'm going to click on my canvas to open up the canvas where we can begin editing the website. And here we have our canvas. Think of it as a surface on which you're about to create some art or a painting. Right now it's still blank, but that's all about to change. While your website is still new, you'll see this red dot pulsating in the corner. It's there to give you some hints on how to use the canvas. Clicking on it gives you the first hint, which is to click on the palette icon to toggle the palette. Here we have some more hints telling us that this list of categories shows us the building blocks with which we can build our website. Under that, we have some action buttons that we can use to perform certain actions on our website. We use the first button to save our work after building something that we want to keep. The next one can be used to launch a preview of the page that you're building in a new tab. The next button is used to put your website online or offline. By default, your website will be offline until you put it online. And the last button is used to view your published websites. On the top, we have the editing modes. You can make changes to your website in two modes, the block mode and the edit mode. In the block mode, you can drag and drop blocks from your palette into the editing area. You can also move blocks around to rearrange them. In the edit mode, you can modify all aspects of the blocks you've chosen, like the text, the images, the colors, etc. Lastly, we have the tools section, which when hovered over, reveals settings and other tools used to manage your website. Now that we're familiar with our tools, we can now set up our website pages. The objective at this point is to create all the pages that we need and select all the blocks that we want in them. Right now we have our home page, and we can see that on the title bar of our canvas, which looks like a browser window. So what we're going to do is pull in all the blocks we want into the canvas area to build the home page. The first portion of a web page is the header, which goes at the top. So I'm going to select a header first. I think a header like this will look good with our logo, so I'm going to select this one. Alright, so that doesn't really look like a home page header. We need something that can hold a longer title and maybe has some action buttons. Yeah, this one is more like it, so we're going to use this one. After the header, I want to give a brief intro about the coffee shop and what the website is about. So I'll select this one because it has a brief heading and just a little bit of descriptive text and an action button, which is perfect for us. Next, I want to give some cool facts and stats about the company just to keep the visitors interested, while giving them more reason to keep browsing and also telling them about a little bit more about the company at the same time. Lastly, I want to throw in a few testimonials because everyone needs some social proof, right? Alright, I'm done building the page now, but I still need a footer. The footer is going to be the same on all pages, so now that I'm setting it up, I won't have to do that again for all the other pages. I'll just take a quick look at what I've put together, and yes, this is good. I can move on to other pages now. Let me just go ahead and save this because I must save before creating a new page. To create a new page, we have to come to the toolbar by hovering over the magic wand icon on the top right. We click on the new page button to create a new page. This opens up the new page wizard. I'm creating the about page, so I enter the page name here. Next, we have to decide if we want to select a page template or to create one from scratch using a blank page. There are some templates for about pages in the about tab that you can look at, but I'm just going to go ahead and select the blank page so that we can continue. Now we have a brand new blank page. If you want to consider your template options, you can select a template. Here you see the same template options as when we were creating this new page. We still don't want a template, so I'm just going to close this. Now we're going to do the same thing we did with the home page. We're starting by selecting a header. We don't need an elaborate header like we did with the home page, so I'll select the first header we chose because it's more appropriate for the about page. Next, we need a section to hold the about us text that we have in the website content document. I'll select this one because it fits the text that we have. It's not too much or too little text. Next, we want to introduce everyone to the founders of the coffee shop, so I'll pull in a block from the team category. I'll choose this one because we have two founders. Lastly, we need a call to action so that if at the point of viewing the information on this page, the visitor is ready to make an inquiry or reservations, they can be led to the right place. This call to action will lead to the contact page, which we will soon create. Let's take a look at what we've created now. Yeah, that looks good. So let's move on to the menu page now. I just have to save this first. So just like when we created the about page, we go to the toolbar to select a new page. I'm going to enter the page name and continue with the blank page selected. We're going to use the same header as the about page for the sake of uniformity. Next, we need a content block that we can use to present a menu. Thank God we have a few menu blocks here. I'm going to select this one. Lastly, we need a call to action just like in the about page. I'm going to use the same one. And we can go ahead and save this now because we've got all that we need. A quick look at the page to make sure this is all good. Yep. Now we can create the last page, the contact page. Again, I enter the page name, continue with blank page, and we can now start selecting the blocks we need. First, the header. We're staying consistent with the other pages. And lastly, we need a contact section. I think this one looks good. We can go ahead and save the page now. To see what our creation looks like, we can preview the page. So we come to the action buttons here and select the preview button. This lets us have a preview of what the page we just put together looks like in a browser window. Let's preview the home page too. Yeah, that looks good. I think we can move on to editing our pages now. Editing our pages means we're going to be changing the text, the images, and the links on the website that we've built. And we're going to be replacing them with actual content for our website. So the first thing I'm going to do now is upload all the images that I got ready before now. I just downloaded a bunch of pictures from Unsplash for this. You can do the same thing, or you could have some pictures taken for you by a photographer. To upload my images, I go to the toolbar and search for images. In the first tab here is where we can upload new images. You can either select your pictures from the folder where they are saved, or just drag them here. Just click on this button to browse for your images. Remember that you can only upload 10 images at a time, so check how many you are selecting. These should all upload automatically. I'm just going to wait until they're all uploaded. If I check my images in the next tab, I can see that they're all there. So now we can upload some more. Perfect. Next, we want to apply the logo that we saved earlier in our website settings. The logo should replace the logo that comes with the header on all the pages. To do that, we go to the settings, which we find in our toolbar or the tool section. We go to the brand tab and we click on update logo in headers. We're going to leave the logo size option on default and see what that looks like. I think it will look good larger, so we'll do this again, this time selecting the big option. Yeah, that's better. Next, we want to edit the rest of the header, and I'm going to start by changing the background image. I'm going to select edit from the editing modes to be able to select and edit the elements of each section of the page. To select the background image that we want to change, I'm just going to hover over it while in edit mode. I need to select this portion right under the text and buttons, so it knows I'm trying to get to the image and not any of the stuff on top of it. The style editor, which gives me all my editing options, pops up from the top. Instead of uploading an image, which the section on the farthest left is for, I'm just going to select one from the images already uploaded in this drop down list. Yeah, that's perfect. Next, we change the text by just clicking directly on it. Notice that the options in the style editor have changed because I've selected some text to edit, not an image this time. I'm just going to type in some different text here. Then I click on update text, and there you go. Now I want to edit this button, so I click on it. I'm changing the button color to brown, and I'm changing the button style to rounded. I'll do the same thing for the other one. Button style rounded. Yeah. I'm going to change the text in the buttons now. Now I want to select where we go when we click on those buttons. So we go to the link tab here. We'll select the menu page for this button, and we'll select the about page for this button. Great. Now we'll follow the same steps to edit the sections below, while occasionally going to the website content document that I have open here in the first browser tab to grab some of the pre-written text. I've noticed that the spacing at the top and the bottom of this section is a little too much, so I'm going to click outside the text to select the whole section, and I'm going to adjust something called the top padding and bottom padding, so about 80. Testimonials are going to look a lot different in the real site. It's going to be presented as slides that can be swiped through, but to make it easier to edit, each testimonial is stacked on top of each other in the canvas view. I'm going to need another testimonial here because my website content has 4 testimonials, but there's only room for 3 here. To create a fourth, I'm just going to select the whole of this last testimonial by clicking right between the testimonial text and the name of the person. I can clone this testimonial and use it for the fourth one. You can use this same technique to delete a testimonial if maybe you had 2 and needed to get rid of the third. Just click on remove instead of clone when you want to get rid of the element that you don't want. I want to link this Twitter call to action to the Twitter page, so after clicking on it, I click on the link tab here and I scroll down to the bottom to type in the link to the Twitter account. You can just copy and paste the link here. Next, I want to change this palette icon in the footer and put the coffee shop logo there. It's not an image I've already uploaded, so I'm going to have to browse for it and upload it now. Great. I want 3 links in the footer, so I'm just going to delete the excess 2. Now edit the rest of the footer, just like I've been editing everything else. If you remember, we saved our social media information in our website settings. To complete editing the footer, instead of editing the social media links individually, I'm just going to go to the settings and apply the social media information I've already saved, and that would update all the social media links wherever they may appear in the website that we've been building. Looks like we're done with the home page. We can move on to other pages now and do the same thing. I'll just quickly edit the header here. We can grab the About Us text from the website content document. I want to make a couple of adjustments to the theme section. First, I'm going to change the background color to a light gray to make a slight contrast with the section above. Next, I want to reduce the size of the text in this section heading. Now I'm just going to change these characters with the team members in the website document. I'm going to link this call to action to the contact page. Everything looks good now. I'm going to save and move on to the menu page. We're going to change the background image of the header. Next, we edit the header text. Now we're going to edit the menu using the menu items listed in the website content document. We're going to copy and paste all the menu text into the placeholder menu items in our canvas here. I didn't upload the menu images before, so I'm just going to browse for them, each one of them, as I edit them. There you go. I'm just going to repeat the same thing for all the other menu items. Lastly, I'm going to link this call to action to the contact page, and it's a wrap for the menu. Save. Onto the last page. We edit the header like always and change the background image. There's nothing to change in the contact form. The only thing we need to edit is the contact information. I'll do that real quick by copying from the website content document. That looks good. Now we can save our work. Let's just review all our work for a moment. Perfect. It looks like we're done, so let's take a look at the website we've built. I'll just click on the website address right under the title here. Alright, it's telling us our website is coming soon. This is because the website has to be put online. This brings us to the final step, which is publishing your website, but let's go back and put this online first. You can see that once we put the website online, this button changes and now says take offline. That means you can take it back offline whenever you feel like, and the coming soon page will be displayed. We're just going to publish all our work real quick. Now let's refresh our website and see what happens. Everything looks just right, but if you click on the navigation links, they don't go anywhere. This is because we never set up the navigation, so we have to do just one more thing. Let's go back to the canvas real quick. In the tools section, I'm going to look for navigation. Alright, we have 4 pages in our website, so I'm just going to create 3 new navigation links. Next, I'm going to enter the label for each of the links and select the page that I should go to. I'll do that for all the pages. Next, we save the menu here. Once it's saved, we can update the pages. Now that we've made new changes that we want to reflect in the actual website, we're going to have to publish again. Now let's see the result. Awesome. Now we can navigate all the pages seamlessly. So how easy was that? If you want to find out how to create a web shop or a blog on your website, then check out some of our other videos. Don't forget to compose yourself.
That was easy.